Hey everyone, it's Jamie the Monster Tamer, and I'm about to go into my first ranked game in Pokemon Champions. This isn't exactly the team that I would have chosen to build if I had every Pokemon available to me, but unless you have Pokemon Home and a stockpile of Pokemon in the latest generations, Pokemon are actually pretty hard to come by. I'm going to be going over a guide in the future on how to sort of work within these limitations, but I'll give you guys a quick overview of what I was able to throw together with what they handed me. Still got to get some items on here. The item situation is particularly messy, but I'm going to be running Mega Tyranitar and Excadrill. I was able to pick this Tyranitar off of the initial selection that they gave me, and I rolled an Excadrill. So I knew that I had to do something with the two of them, given the Sand Stream and then either Sand Rush or Sand Force combo. I thought about running Excadrill with Choice Scarf, as that's the only choice item in the game right now, and getting him a little bit of extra damage, but I have no idea what the meta looks like, and I'm choosing speed over power for now. I thought about running Golurk with Iron Fist and using him as a safe switch for the severe fighting weakness that my team has. However, I saw that Assault Vest isn't actually in the game. I'm probably still going to run it like this just because I already spent the VP, but I don't necessarily love this setup. Because items are so scarce, I definitely would consider running 2 Megas. There's not a lot of other things for Pokemon to be holding right now, and I think that there's certainly an opportunity here since Mega Delphox's ability is Levitate, which could help with Excadrill ripping EQs. This Quaquaval was a really lucky roll. As I was building this team, I saw that I pretty desperately needed more safe switch options for the Tyranitar Excadrill fighting weakness. And even though this guy is by no means tanky for safe switches, it at least gives me some options. Whimsicott was really the only support Pokemon that I rolled, but I'm not at all upset about it. It's a little bit tough that I have to run it with a Focus Sash because Tyranitar might just proc it with his Sand Stream. I'm gonna roll with it for now because, again, there's not a lot better to put on these Pokemon. Our usable item list is almost entirely limited to these items that boost damage by 20% of a specific type, and then pretty much every berry in the game. So if the items that they give you to start with don't particularly seem to be resonating with you, don't be too concerned because they aren't resonating with anyone else. And you probably just need to throw one of these 20% boosts on your Pokemon. I don't know if this is a bug or if I'm doing something wrong, but my items that I just purchased are not showing up here, nor are my Mega Stones. I'm sure that there has to be another way to do this. Whoa. You can keep going? Yo. Okay. Pokemon, you gotta get your UI together. This was tough. Also, we're really going to be restricting what items we get to choose from, and we're going to be keeping in Bright Powder. Interesting. I do not believe that these item choices are by any way ideal. I'm interested to see what other people choose to do with our limited resources. Alrighty. Based on what I'm seeing, I'm thinking the Tyranitar Excadrill combo is going to be really strong, but also he has a lot of really good threats to deal with them. Notably, 2 of these are fighting type, which I think is really going to enable Golurk as a great safe switch. Looking at his team, I mean, I think he's going to want to bring Kingambit against me. I don't have outstanding answers to it. I think my best bet is bringing in Quaquaval. Because Golurk is such a tough Pokemon, to be honest, I'm not sure if he can live a hit from Kingambit in order to get off a 4 times effective Drain Punch. I'm going to roll with it. Having to build such a restricted team was certainly not what I was expecting coming in from Pokemon Showdown, but it looks like most people are probably going to be rocking with some less than ideal Pokemon for some less than ideal team comps. I'm guessing that that's going to be a Mega Altaria, and I forget what its ability is. I don't know if it's going to clear my weather condition if I don't Mega Evolve. I am scared to keep Tyranitar in here. That Kingambit probably knows a fighting type move. I'm just going to roll with it. Why not? And I'm going to run a high horsepower into the Kingambit in case he does decide to stay in. Wow, okay. And that's why we're running max speed on Excadrill. Also, that's strangely not a Mega. I wonder if he just doesn't have the Mega Stone, or... Okay, the Intimidate here is probably going to be pretty tough for me. I still think that the Pokemon that I have in are strong, and I don't think that I want to waste a turn switching out. I definitely want to make sure that that Hawlucha is out of the question for when Walkwavel comes in, because I think he otherwise absolutely destroys the Arcanine. So I'm going to make sure that that Pokemon is out. I'm going to throw an Iron Head in here as well, just to make sure that he dies this turn. Intimidate is powerful. They both held on. Unfortunately, I think this guy that I'm playing against is not very good at the game. Bro had Brick Break and used Aerial Ace on the first turn. Okay, that was a very anticlimactic first ranked battle. I don't know if this was a real person or a bot. Like, I don't know if it's just because I'm still all the way down at the bottom of the ladder. Okay, nice, we got some VP. I don't know what I was expecting out of my first Pokemon battle, but that was definitely not it. I was concerned that going in with such a ragtag team that I would be put up against other people who have transferred in their already competitively ready teams from Pokemon Home. But I'm imagining that there's a lot of people like me who haven't used Pokemon Home yet to pull in their whole teams and have these sort of weak comps. I think also having a little bit of game knowledge and familiarity is going to go a long way, because I think there's a lot of people who have never played competitive Pokemon before coming into these games from, you know, the casual RPGs. So don't feel too bad if that's you. I'm sure that there's lots of other people just like this guy I played against that doesn't really know what's going on and is just here to learn and have fun. So don't think too hard, just go ahead and get in there and see how it feels to you. If you're worried about actually getting a somewhat viable team into competitive matches, I'm going to go ahead and make a guide. I know that much bigger names than me with a lot more VGC experience are also going to be doing the same, but I hope to be looking at it from a unique perspective of working with just the few Pokemon that you got. So be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.